I think like something that have happened in my exploration and transformation as an artist. I have go back to the materials that I used to use at the beginning, but in a completely different way. When I was a younger artist, an essay that really shaped me was Sculpture in Expanded Field by Rosalind Krauss, this important historical essay in conjunction with a specific objects essay of Donald Judd. It was for me a full understanding of how the sculpture leave the pedestal and move into the landscape. That way of thinking have helped me and pushed me into different places where I am now. I am Nora Maité Nieves and I am from San Juan, Puerto Rico. I am a visual artist. My main medium is painting, and I work through painting in expanded field between sculpture, drawing, printmaking techniques. And also, recently I ventured into video. And I left Puerto Rico in 2008, and I moved to Chicago to do my master's degree at the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. I realized that I lack of a sense of ownership and a sense of ownership of the space. I was always moving. So many homes that I lived through my life in Puerto Rico, moving from one place to the other one. But the place that I can really take over and really take ownership was in my work. I thought this is a really powerful part of myself, of my work. And I started to pay attention to space, and I started to make reference to different motifs. All of this beautiful ornamentation that is part of the Caribbean landscape. As the years has passed, I wanted to break that apart and explore a space of imagination combined with my memories. That is not only my memory, it becomes a place for other people, other memories. In the process of this planning of the residency came the opportunity to combine it with my first solo exhibition at a museum.
I'm Arden Sherman, the Glenn W. and Cornelia T. Bailey Senior Curator of Contemporary Art. We are inside the exhibition, Nora Maité Nieves, Clouds in the Expanded Field. This exhibition of Nora's recent work explores themes around architecture, Caribbeanism, nature, and design, all through her visual language that's made up of color, pattern, and texture. A consistent subject that you'll see in Nora's work are forms of nature like the snake plant here, or she's made her own tile, kind of mosaic technique that she's created. She often references the breeze block, which is an ornamental block that you often see in Caribbean and tropical architecture.
Specifically, in my work, there's a lot of process. Like the tiles, they look like ceramic tiles, but now I make them and I pour resin with pigment and acrylic skins. And I do that first, and I have to dry it, and then I cut it, and then I install it. There's a lot of process in the work to become the final product. The curator, Arden Sherman, was very interested in a series of paintings I did before of clouds. She told me, I really like this. And I was like, I want to explore more of this series. And so I decided, well, let's explore it through this show. I started thinking more about clouds after the pandemic, thinking more what the clouds mean for me. This moment of quietness that happened through that year, of walking outside and in some way looking up a lot more because you had the time to do that.
This work here, the namesake of the exhibition, Clouds in the Expanded Field, pictures Nora's fascination with clouds and the atmosphere. And what I love about this work is how the clouds mirror the ocean and waves, which are another topic that Nora explores in her work.
For me, just This painting represents like this balance in life. For me, it's like the yin yang. It's a symbol and it's a meaning that really interests me, this balance in the landscape. As clouds move freely in the sky without borders, they also are kind of like messengers through the sky. I wanted to explore the clouds, but also push the totems, the totemic sculptures, paintings that I started working on some years ago. But for this one, I really want them to work kind of like as a group, but also independently. And I want them to come through the other paintings of the show. These new pieces, they actually feel very like if they were ceramic pieces, but they're not. It's all acrylic, the mediums that I always use. But they have a new presence, I feel. They have a new body. Like the surface, I just feel like it got even more richer.
The inspiration for this large-scale dynamic installation is Times Square. So this video that you see is Nora's first video that she's ever created, and it was created on the occasion of it being a collaboration with Times Square Arts. For the entire month of February 2024, Nora Maité Nieves' film, Eyes of the Sea, was selected to be a part of the program called Midnight Moment, which is a program of Times Square Arts, where a video by an artist is displayed on over 100 screens in Times Square for 3 minutes at midnight.
So for me, the invitation to make a video was one very challenging, and something is completely a different territory. It's a different way of thinking. There was like a lot of trial and error in the process. But I realized that I needed to shift my mind into the mind of moving image. Sometimes these characters and motifs that are in my work, I kind of like have like my own personal story when I am painting them and working on them, and what things mean for me and how things move. These are some of the paintings I made during the summer for the video that I made that is in display at the museum. I prepared all what they call the storyboard. So the videographer, Dan Schofield, that helped me to bring this to life, could really understand what was in my head with the movement and the narrative of the video. They're still departing from a pictorial language, which is more important.
This exhibition marks Nora Maité Nieves' first solo exhibition inside of a museum setting. We are so proud that the Norton is able to host Nora here and continue on our mission to elevate Caribbean voices inside this institution and our community.
I don't have enough words of gratitude to the museum for bringing to me this opportunity to recognize my work, my career up to now, and give me the opportunity to reach a completely new audience